You're all at Facebook.
Meeting is now streaming live on custom live streaming service.
Okay.
Ooh, it says that on my screen.
So hello to anyone that's watching as we test out Restream.
All right, and I am gonna do a little testing by going to our YouTube
it says
page.
Patrick Short is live
There it
now.
is. Test
Look, there we
CWC. I see it on YouTube.
Yep.
So hello, anyone that's I don't know how many people are watching.
Now I'm going to mute Facebook so that I'm not hearing us from 30 seconds ago.
Not a bad idea.
Excellent.
See, we got Mary Baird, Ryan Tex, Connor Woods, Lisa Marley Little, Emily Arnold, Rick Stedman, Robert Longstrath. Lizzie Romero.
Whole people. 7 people. 7 people watching.
I see Lizzie.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever ComedySportz Virtual World Championship match schedule release show, aka Restream Test. I'm Jay Rambo, your Minister of Matches. Joining me today, we've got Lana Green, in charge of PR. We've got Patrick Short, Minister of Ministers.
Workshops?
Sure, Minister of Workshops.
Yeah.
Marianne Rambo, Shadow Minister. And Mike Rigoric, Minister of Parties.
Parties! Woo, woo, woo!
And Restream Expert.
Do you want some music? Should we test out the music too? Let's see how we do.
We can test out some music. Just like ESPN.
Music test complete.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in, watching. Let's start talking about the matches.
Ooh.
We've got, I believe, a record number of matches this year because we're trying to get almost every team that could play playing, which means there's a lot of matches. But they're only about an hour long, so we've got a little bit more time to fit them in. But that's a lot for every day. We're starting on Wednesday, July 29th.
We are starting on Wednesday. That is right, Jay. All right, there you go. There's your lineup for Wednesday. Take them through it. Jay Rambo.
All right, well, we will be kicking off at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Let me note, all times will be Eastern. Eastern Daylight Time, Eastern Standard Time. I think they're the same thing right now.
No, it's daylight. It's daylight.
It's daylight time. Okay. I don't know. Google's a little fishy on it. You know, if you're on the West Coast, you can subtract 3. If you're in Britain, you can add 5, I think. There's so many different variables.
Add 5 is correct, Jay. Add 5 is correct.
We're going to talk Eastern for these purposes. We're kicking it off with Detroit and Maine. Maine, I believe, is our easternmost U.S. team. I've been told by the manager that they are the team that's closest to Africa, so they have rights to that market. But they'll be hosting Detroit at as our initial kickoff match, followed by St. Louis at Houston and San Antonio at Portland. We've got wrapping it up with Boise with a TBD opponent. Thoughts on these matchups, panel?
Well, I think Jay, people are definitely going to watch these matches.
That is the hope. That is the hope.
If you want to talk wild cards, Jay, clearly starting with Maine could have been an epic mistake.
You know, when I think of Matt Russell, you do think wild card.
Yes.
Or a plant in the audience, which might be a little tougher to pull off, but I wouldn't put it past him.
No, he'll be up to something, that's for sure. And for those who don't know Matt Russell and might think that we just totally were dunking on somebody, we love Matt Russell.
Oh yeah,
cool.
Absolutely. He is very easy to love.
And we're not necessarily going to reveal all of the refs right now, but I will give you a little heads up, Mike. You're ref in that first match.
I was going to say, I feel sorry for whoever has to ref that match. And now I rescind that comment immediately.
Yes, that would be you.
Retract.
We also will have the guest announcer extraordinaire, Wade Minter, voice of the Carolina Hurricanes, and free agent announcer pro. Those of you that are impressed with his skills and his talent, which you all should be, you do have the opportunity to take a workshop from him about announcing about an hour after that match ends. So if you're already signed up for that workshop and want to see the master at work, that's a good opportunity. We will have the benefit of Wade's skills a couple more times as the week goes on.
Cool. Hey, something to bring up here.
Sure.
And that is that as Minister of Workshops, I have to tell some people that some of these matches are overlapping with workshops because we actually have to provide workshops when some people aren't at their jobs. And the idea is that we will have a one repository for all these workshops. And part of what we're testing now is restreams, sending this to YouTube, sending it to Facebook Live, so that the players can watch in real time, but also can go back to YouTube to pick up any matches they might have missed.
True. We will not do any workshops live, but we'll see what we can do to get recordings at the teacher's discretion.
As many
into
as
a repository. So we're working through that as well. All right. Well, Wednesday's off to a good start. Shall we look at Thursday?
Let's look at Thursday, Jay. And Jay, just a heads up, since you are since you're officially streaming, you're also in charge, I think, of what the audience sees on Facebook and YouTube right now in terms of seeing all of us or seeing a spotlighted video. I know I can bounce around with Spotlight. But I think
all right.
Cancel
I've just been watching what you're doing.
Yeah, no, it's right now it's cutting to each one of us when we're talking, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But I know we can also expand out to all of us if you cancel the Spotlight video. But let's spotlight that video as requested by Braun in CSZ Manchester over there for the next point in the schedule. All right, there you go.
Oh, it's nice of Braun to stay up and join us. That's very kind of her. I hope she notices I am using the ComedySportz UK mug, although it is cold water, which is now, I'm sure, just logged off in protest. All right, well, we kick off on Thursday with an epic battle of Indianapolis at Richmond. It is that'll be an exciting match, followed with Milwaukee at Cincinnati. And another little ref sneak preview, Diana Delaney will be reffing Milwaukee. I believe she has some history there.
Did I hear a squeal all the way from that little town in Texas? I don't know. That's pretty awesome.
We've got Cesar X Romero watching. It says, yay. Braun Edge says, Z, I'm leaving. Those are the two reactions.
Her leaving is the result of Jay's drinking.
The mug choice, I know.
Yeah.
Well, if she leaves now, she doesn't find out exactly when her team is playing.
Oh
no, Braun, don't leave us.
Burn.
All right, moving on. We've got Twin Cities at Austin. And wrapping up the evening with Los Angeles at Seattle.
Oh, that's epic. It's pretty cool. I like it. I'm repping for Seattle right now.
Very nice.
Yeah, cool.
I'm repping for Indianapolis.
Excellent. Although it says Chicago on the shirt, but that's fine.
I'm sorry. I meant Chicago.
Oh. She's gone from Buffalo to Vegas, and now everything is flyover.
I'm also
country.
confused.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's move on to Friday.
Coming up next. There it is, July 31st, everyone.
Kicking it off with Philadelphia at Boston. I thought to myself, those are a couple of epic, historic American cities. And what better ref for that sort of match than the aforementioned Braun Edge from Manchester, who will be staying up till midnight her time.
Oh my god, it's gonna be like, oh my goodness, it's gonna be like watching Hamilton on Disney Plus all over again.
Exactly.
I expect so. We'll be following that with New York City at Buffalo, a little interstate rivalry there.
Ooh.
Dallas at Chicago should be a big match of a couple big cities there. Once again, featuring the voice talents of Mr. Wade Minter. And then wrapping it up with Las Vegas at San Jose.
Nice.
Lana Green is excited to head further west.
Rick Stedman is now leaving, and I don't know why.
I appreciate I appreciate all
Did
these
you-
people who come in to tell us they're leaving.
He
They're like,
listened
nope,
just long enough to hear
not-
Los Angeles.
Not entertaining enough. We have at least 28 people that are still watching, everybody.
Oh,
We've got
yay.
Rick Stebbin, yes, of course, Emmy Ann, Robin we already said that. Mia Lee Roberts also watching.
Yeah.
Also, did you know in Las Vegas now you can't eat and walk at the same time? They want people, they're trying to encourage mask walking, so you can you have to be seated while eating and drinking. Not bad. I think that's a great idea, Las Vegas. Well,
Same rules as they put.
Lana says no.
Same rules that they put in place at Disney World.
Yep, exactly.
So
The only thing you can continue to do in Las Vegas, uninhibited, but with a mask, is gamble, because the casinos are going.
does not surprise me. I should point out we are not holding any matches at Disney World. Neither did we get any permission from the Canadian government to hold matches in Toronto. So, we do what we can. All right. Well,
none of us Yanks can even get across the border. So
that would be why. Yes. All right. So we're through 3 of the 4 days. The 4th day is a big one with a lot of matches.
yes.
Kicking
There you
off
go.
the morning with the Brits, Jersey Shore will be traveling and playing Manchester, UK at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. For those of us on the West Coast, that's 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Jay. 10 a.m. is the time that most people who live on Jersey Shore start drinking. So it'll be a great.
I remember I did guest with Manchester at one point earlier this summer, and I got up at 4 Pacific time
wow.
to
Yes,
there.
they
But
did.
that's the sacrifices we make for this art. The aforementioned Matt Russell will be reffing that match, so it should be interesting and well worth getting up early for.
I think we're getting a heck yeah from Rhea about drinking at 10 a.m. So
All right. Well, I believe Kate McCabe of Manchester is offering a cocktails workshop on Friday, so we'll see if some of that gets put into play.
Very nice.
Then we have a series of specialty matches starting at 2 p.m., a sensory-friendly match hosted by our friends at Richmond. We'll have an LGBTQ match at 5, a POC match at 7. Those are hosted by San Jose and Las Vegas. And we're going to wrap it up with the ComedySportz World Championship at 8 p.m. Eastern that Portland is kind enough to host.
Fixed. Feels like the fix is in, Jay.
Well, really
It
what it
doesn't.
is that we know everybody in the league wants to see the chat goddess, Marianne.
That's right.
Yes.
I will
True,
not
that's why
be
we're doing
on
it.
camera for matches. No.
We will have a balloting process, and we'll figure out who will be in the championship following the last city match of Jersey and Manchester.
Serve a monkey. Clap, 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 clap.
Yes. And we'll try and get that done in a very timely fashion so that the participating cities can get some promotion out to their fans. We will have 2 options. We will have Zoom rooms for paid attendees to participate, and those will be where the suggestions and the voting for who gets points comes from. We also, if this test went as well as we hoped it will, we'll have the matches streaming live on YouTube and Facebook for attendees of Championship to be able to watch either live or, as Pat mentioned, later. So we will get those links out for people to register, for you to share with your families and friends as soon as we can. As soon as managers get them to us, we will be able to turn them around and start putting together our promotional materials. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Any further analysis or commentary?
Well, I'd like to say that it appears to be operational both on YouTube and on Facebook Live within the Virtual Championship group, which after 4.5 hours of work today with support from the friends at Restream, I'm glad it works.
I know Pat did all the work, but we did it.
Yay.
Well,
That was just a small
gotten
piece
this
of it.
far.
There's a lot of people happening. And I want to recognize, before we go, some other folks that have been very helpful and will continue to be helpful on this all-volunteer committee. Amelia Fowler from New York City is the minister of, was meetings, but now it's kind of messaging because meetings are going to happen in different ways. Wade Minter has set up the website, which he's done in years past, but he had to make a lot of adaptations for us this year because of the virtual space. He's been fabulous. Rachel Garman-Williams from Richmond is in charge of making sure the rest of us do what we say we're going to do. Because she's scary.
She's
and
amazing.
Ryan Texera from Boston has been in charge of getting us into merch in 2 ways, with worldwide merch available at the Threadless store. And the link for that is in the CSzPlayers.com website under the Info tab. But also on that page, there are 6 or 7 other cities who are offering merch, and you can click on links and go to their pages and get completely merched out for your virtual championship. And you probably want to think ahead, because buying something on a Tuesday online, you might not have it when you need it next week. So buy this week. That's pretty cool.
My order is already in.
Yep. Also, if you're on the Facebook group and you have not registered, please do. It's $25, gets you access to all the workshops, gets you access to the YouTube stuff, gets you access to watching matches with your pals on the in this Facebook Live thing on the group. And any money we get from additional registrations goes to our 6 charities. So because we are already in what business people call profitable territory, although it's not really a profit thing. We're just, I think our expenses are going to be covered. We have a few other things we might need to spend money on, but we're in good shape. Also, if that fee will keep you from joining us in any of these things, even if you're just going to parties or whatever, register and email me, patrick@portlandcomedy.com. No questions asked. We'll get you taken care of. Okay? Anything else from our fans and friends and Mike and Lana and Marianne and Jay? Jay, for the schedule. Thank you so much for all that work, man.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Yes, Pat said we are having 6 featured charities, and Marianne posted about that on the Facebook group yesterday. So certainly if you have any questions on that, there are links within Marianne's post that you can find out more about these worthy causes, and we're happy to be supportive of them. So
cool. Awesome. And if you haven't noticed yet, if you haven't been in there, there's over 50 workshops to choose from. And while some of them are sold out, there are plenty of opportunities still.
Yes. And thank you to those teachers that have offered a second slot to accommodate some of the quick sellouts.
Yep.
I don't think that's quite what that sounds like it meant. Anyway.
Not selling out. No.
They're not sellouts.
Parties will happen, everyone.
Yeah,
I'm Minister of Partying. I've been waiting for all the more important information to come out, like match schedules and refs and charity. But parties are going to happen, so stay tuned. Hopefully, we'll announce them tomorrow. There's going to be 3 different sessions throughout the day, 3 social moments. There's going to be like a nice lunchtime, depending on where you are, chill session, a happy hour that's going to involve some games, and then a late night, midnight if you're on the East Coast, 5 a.m. if you want to wake up in the UK, dance parties, karaoke, bingo. Caesar's going to lead some Jackbox games. Joseph's doing his beer exchange happy hour. Manchester's going to host it's a 5 p.m. somewhere event where you can get drunk at 9 a.m. on the West Coast with UK at 5 p.m. their time. That's right. It's happening coast to coast, across the pond, time zone after time zone. There will be parties, 3 sessions every day. But we also encourage players. New York is going to be hosting just a Zoom room where folks can just enter at any point as well, just to kind of chill and chat. So those will all be happening. But you're also encouraged to just start your own things. It is a grassroots virtual championship, as Patrick Short said. So there will be official events happening, but also we want to inspire that open space that we know and love so well. So yeah, stay tuned for parties, hopefully being announced tomorrow.
Cool.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching our experiments with streaming. Thanks for participating and being part of this first virtual ComedySportz World Championship.
Yay.